Here you go, my name's Mitch Membry. I'm going to show you how to make soft plastics here. I'm just going to put that in the microwave for a minute. I'll start with showing you what I'm using, alright? So, this is my mould. It's just a injector mould, so it's got the two screws there, they tighten and loosen. You inject into there with your injector. So that's pretty simple how you use that. You simply pull that, like you put the end in the plastic, pull that out, make sure you fill it. And then once you push this into the mould, I'll do it sideways for you, you just sit that in there like that, and then push it in. Once the plastic's in the mould, it normally takes probably 3 or 4 minutes until you can take the top off. I'm using a Pyrex glass jug, so make sure you use a glove. I'm using a welder's glove. You don't need anything that's thick, but that's just what I had. I'm using a Bears Baits kit, so all my stuff is Bears Baits. This is a 1 gallon medium content liquid plastic, so that's plenty for start. I'm also using the motor oil colour liquid colorant and the Bears Juice garlic scent. That's 8 ounce, that's 4 ounce, that's heaps for what I want to do. These are a couple of grubs that I've made. Now they're both motor oil colour. I've just mixed up the strengths of the colour. And the scent also changes the colour a little bit, but not a lot. So that's just for a bit of variation. I've had this in a bit over a minute, but that'll be alright. So when I've already boiled this and I already added my colours. The colours is pretty easy. 100 ml, I normally do about 13 or 14 drops of colour. And that's plenty. And then once you keep going with it, you'll learn to mix your colours, have different strength colours, that type of thing. So this is how you pour your plastic. You simply whip this out and fill. You don't need to fill it. When you first start, I'd recommend filling it, just so you make sure you know that you're filling your mould. Because I know how much I need to have in my mould. I've done it a few times now. I don't fill it anymore. And then once you pour your mould, just pour that back into the jug and sit that there, let that cool. That'll only take a couple of, probably 30 seconds till you can clean that. Yeah, so as I said, I like to mix up the colours and that type of thing. They are pretty strong on the nose, so that's them. They're just a wriggle tail. They swim nicely. I've only tested them in the tub, but they swim pretty nicely. The tail does give a lot of action, so they're going to be good for things like flathead, things like that like a bit of action in the water. Also, the scent is nice and strong. So also fish that want a bit of scent coming off their fish, we'll take them as well. So at the moment, I'll show you how to clean this. So what I like to do is I like to just run my finger around the outside of this, get the plastics off the edge there, and then it should all pop up like that. I just pull right through until that comes loose. So that's that there. I just drop that straight back into the jug, and that's ready to be boiled down again. You never waste a lot of plastic because you can boil it back down. So, and then with this part, I just run my finger around again with the glove, because it is hot. It is pretty thick steel. The tube itself is aluminium, the end and that is steel, and I just drop that straight back in the jug as well. Because the jug's still hot and they had cooled a bit, I like to give it a mix just to melt them bigger bits down a little bit first, a little bit before I put it back in the mic. I just wipe that there. It's probably not a bad thing to wear a respirator as well. I'm not wearing one at the moment, but the plastic does stink a little bit. I think it's mainly the garlic scent that smells. Just to be safe, you could wear a respirator. Yeah, so next, once they've been pulled out, I should say, I like to just clean up a little bit. I just have it's just an old filling knife, so it's not that great anymore. It's not real sharp. And then, yeah, so they get pulled, and then all you have to do is cut the end off that you inject, and then they end up like the ones there. These probably aren't quite ready to be pulled out, but for the video I'll do it. They may not work 100%, but you'll get the gist of things. I'd like to just say I've only just started making videos, so I've videoed my last fishing trip and I'll upload that at some stage. And yeah, this is one of my first instructional video. I'm making my own I am making my own sinkers and jig heads at the moment, so I'll upload some videos on that. See, that poured out a little bit when I took the mould out, so it shows it's still a bit soft. And yeah, but give that probably 10 seconds just to be sure. Right, I'll pull it now. So you just sit that like that, grab the bit that you injected into and just pull them off. Alright, and then simply just cut at the top of the head, the top of the jig I should say, and then that's your injected part. That's right, just be dropped straight back in there. Give that a mix while it's still warm enough. Clean off the knife. So they're the grubs I've just made. So as you can see, it's pretty easy. Most people can do it. All you need is a starter kit, and yeah, match it up to some jig heads. Start by buying your jig heads. I'm started making mine, and thanks for watching. I'll upload some more videos as soon as I can.